Donna just incriminates herself so much. That is probably the jury's takeaway of the day, whether or not it's through jailhouse informants.
Did you ever outright ask her whether she did what she's accused of?
I did.
And what did she say to that?
She said she did. It was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Donna trying to bribe people for false testimony. Donna even getting Harvey involved.
Harvey.
That's her husband, Harvey Adelson?
Yes.
And how are you supposed to contact Harvey Adelson?
Through a phone app called Signal.
Okay, had you ever heard of the phone app Signal before?
No, ma'am.
Donna admitting on a recorded call that she was trying to find a country with no extradition. Donna's text messages, Donna's Google searches. This is such a bad day for Donna, and this is where the state will rest their case. Oh boy, if you thought the previous days the state was more focused on Wendy or Charlie, well, now they're bringing everything back to Donna, and wow, what a way to end today. Dude, Donna looks so upset right now. Donna's like, we're fucked. We're fucked, y'all. After the bump, after all the wiretaps happen, after Donna calls the undercover agent and then thinks it's I guess a nothing burger, this is when the arrests were starting to happen. Luis Rivera was being arrested, Garcia was arrested, and then later on in 2016, Katie was finally arrested. This is all within the same year, 2016.
Post-conviction, did she offer a proffer?
She did.
What is a proffer?
A proffer is an agreement with the defense and the prosecution to where she can come in and talk to us and tell us what happened without it being used against her.
Right, so that occurred on, I have October 11th of 22.
That's correct. That's the first proffer, yes ma'am.
And were you present for her proffer on that date?
Yes ma'am.
And also a follow-up interview?
Katie blew it. Katie was offered full immunity, from my understanding, and she denied it twice.
With her on November 28th of that year, 22?
That's correct.
Okay, and at that point, the investigation had been ongoing for over 8 years at that point, right?
It had.
Okay, was there anything that Ms. Magbanua revealed in her proffers that was new to us or that confirmed something that we had not known of before?
Yes, she told us about the first time that Mr. Charlie Adelson approached her and asked her if she knew someone that could take care of someone.
To us.
That was new, correct?
And then we've seen Sergeant Corbett's presentation, and I'll publish a slide from State's Exhibit.
Do you think the state's gonna give Katie anything? Katie testified a couple days ago saying that the state didn't offer her anything in exchange for her testimony. She is hoping to see her children one day. What do you guys think? You think Georgia's going to be like, okay, you know what, let me help you out? Or Georgia's going to be like, okay, well, thanks for the information. Bye, you still did it.
When was the defendant arrested?
The defendant was arrested on November the 13th of 2023.
Okay, and I think you told us when Charlie Adelson was arrested. Will you repeat that, please?
I believe it was 10/1 of 22. Oh, sorry. It was 4/1 of 20. 4/21 of 22.
4/21/22 for Charlie Adelson's arrest.
That was Charlie Adelson's arrest, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, at least he got to
And
enjoy 420 before he was arrested.
shortly after Charlie Adelson's trial and conviction, was there a recorded call that was intercepted between Charlie Adelson and his mother, Donna Adelson?
Yes, there was.
Georgia wants to show consciousness of guilt. Donna Adelson was on a phone call with her son. He drops the call. She doesn't realize that it's still recording because, you know, he's in jail, prison, whatever, and they record those phone calls. She leaves the phone on and continues talking to the people around her, to Harvey, her husband, to some of her close friends, I guess, because they're willing to cover her up and help her out and get out of the country. And she's talking about how she needs to go to the country with no extradition. This was the day of Charlie's conviction, or maybe the day after. She says that she needs to go to Vietnam, and then she's trying to figure out where to go. She needs to do the paperwork. She wants Wendy to help her, and Wendy was like, nope, I ain't helping you. Oh man, here is how the phone call goes. You guys let me know. Does this sound like a guilty person, or does it just sound like someone who just wanted to go to vacation in Vietnam? She's talking to Charlie. She's like, Charlie, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? And she doesn't hang up.
The fourth time that they said they could launch him.
So Charlie's clearly upset. He's been convicted now. He's been found guilty. He's not going to be held in jail no longer. They transport him elsewhere, and it seems like Charlie's not very happy with this new situation.
So the psychologist wanted to make sure he can kill himself. So the psychologist finally came. And he said to her, if you need to heal myself, it's built
He said to her, if you leave me here, I'll kill myself. There's no light, no nothing. I'm in a cement block. At least let me go back to my cell so at least I can see where I am. It also means, you know, please don't leave me here. And she spoke to him for a little bit and she says, no, you're perfectly fine. I know that. She's calling his bluff. No, you're perfectly fine. I know that. I just have to go back and, you know, I've got a few of these reports I have to write. Once I get those written and submit them, then they get them approved. You'll be able to go back. So he thought she was going back, like Mr. Chagrin. Yeah, Donna, in an hour. But he said that she better get that thing done because I'll lose my mind in here. It's all mirrored on the inside. So all you can see is yourself. What? Charlie, I feel like you would like that. Donna says the light never shuts off day or night. Yeah, that's tough. These fluorescent lights, he says, are all on all night. He says, I just want to go back where I was. At least I know people. I can see people. He says, here, I'm in a box. Mrs. Chagrin, but probably he's not ready. Don't push. Donna, I think it would be nice a way to leave me alone, say goodbye. I'm going to lose my son. Who's going to prison for something he didn't do? I can't function. I'm not that strong. I think Donna at this point is trying to convince these friends of hers that, what do you mean? Like, we didn't do this. Charlie didn't do this. she's never gonna admit it.
His body and everything is slowly starting to deteriorate. I'm old. I have a life. We had a great marriage. Happy. We traveled. We lived good. I'm really not unhappy.
And I also know how he is a year ahead. His body, his everything, his clothing started to deteriorate. I'm old. I had a life. We had a great marriage. Happy. We traveled. We lived good. I really am not that happy. And I just don't want him to leave, to just say goodbye and let me lay down something nice. It's nothing painful. Just want to sleep. I bought her a cemetery property a couple months ago. We're good. I'm good. So this is her talking about some self-harm stuff.
One of them just say goodbye. And it's like, it doesn't painful.
I don't know, Donna. Why don't you just fess up and throw yourself under the bus? Maybe Charlie can get off easier. You know what Donna does in opening? She throws Charlie under the bus. And she's been throwing Charlie on the bus.
A couple months ago, we're good. I'm good. But when we did this weekend, because I had something that made me feel like I had enough and nothing to watch. It's all
Donna's continue talking. Know what Wendy did this weekend? Because I had something that made her feel like I had enough and I'm not gonna watch. If the court or the trial doesn't go well, I know what I need to do. Harvey. So Wendy came out all indiscernible. Donna. Now we know something was wrong because we lived here 9 years. Harvey. Yeah. Donna. She's never once just come over and say, I need to talk to you. Harvey. It sounded like I'm worried. Mr. Chagrin, she probably indiscernible. Make sure that indiscernible. Donna is very upset because of Charlie, but not only that, she is pissed and disappointed / upset, whatever it is, with Wendy. Remember, in Charlie's trial, Wendy testified. Donna tried to coach Wendy how to testify, and then after Wendy did testify, she was very disappointed in how Wendy's testimony went. Donna says, she sat down on the couch right here. I was sitting here and she didn't say, look, Mom, this is a horrible time for all of us. Charlie's on the trial for his life. We're all aggravated. But this is what she's talking about. Just look. Or this is what she's taking a look about. Just sit. Miss Brotman, uh-huh. So this is about Wendy. Just sat there and she said, look, if you're suicidal, I'm going to Baker Act you. So I said, I'm not suicidal. I'm fine. Are we going to see the boys tomorrow night? She says, if she's here on Sunday night, she says, yeah, good. Now I'm actually fine for now. Do I want to go to sleep and not see my son? I do. Perfectly honest, I do. Harvey. She didn't want me to do it yet. Donna, we can do it together. Leave a note. They'll know when to come and get us and we'll do it together. Miss Brotman, indiscernible. Donna, indiscernible. Look, I gotta make a decision at some point. So after speaking to Dan this morning, knowing that they're thinking up there, I don't know we'll make it out in time. I really don't. But Dan said, you might get all of this. Get to the airport and they'll... Oh, here's the escape plan. And they'll stop you. And that could happen. It could happen. I don't know, but it's worth a try. Let's see if you guys can hear a little bit of it.
I was speaking to Dan this morning and saying what they're thinking up there. I don't know if we'll make it out in time. I really don't. But Dan said, you might. Or you might just all of it, get to the airport, and they'll stop. And that could happen. It could happen. I don't know, but it's worth a try.
I wonder if the Brotmans and the Chagrins are like, Don, I thought you said that your son's not guilty. And why are you escaping to go to the airport? I thought you said you were going to harm yourself. They're probably just so confused what Donna's trying to do. And as you can see, Dan is Daniel Rashbaum, who was Donna's attorney. And then he was also the one that was representing Charlie. Ooh. Donna is saying here that Dan is the one who's telling her that she needs to get out of here. Maybe that's why they want to go to Vietnam. Mr. Chagrin, indiscernible. Harvey, yeah, he said to get a visa. Donna, I tried. I tried and tried. I don't know what I'm doing. I've lost it. But I don't know what I'm doing. And we have stuff to do for Roman. So, and it gets really sad because Roman is Charlie Adelson's, I think, around 5-year-old son at this point. So we have another young child who's gonna lose his dad. How is it you want me indiscernible? Donna, oh, with the stipulation as to who's in charge, and Miss Brotman, what's best for him is to indiscernible. Go ahead and sell him a trust and whatever and whoever, indiscernible, as a trustee until indiscernible. Donna Adelson, Bree, Miss Brotman, Bree, Donna Adelson, just somebody who would be watching. Miss Brotman, yeah, someone indiscernible. Take care of, yeah, indiscernible. So, Donna Adelson, if George were to make some effort to respond, answer his call, until we do that, I could sit down here with you and say, Wendy, would you do that? But I can't because no response. Yeah, I think Wendy's really spooked out that her family members are, well, one family member has already gone down. So I think Wendy's trying to be really careful with how she communicates with the rest of her family member, just in case, if it seems like they weren't smart enough to pull this whole code talk off, right? Wendy probably doesn't want to deal with her family members anymore because what if they start trying to implicate her while having conversations with her? So I can see why Wendy's like, bye, y'all. I'll see you later. Oh, and I think George in this context might be Wendy's attorney. Donna says, so do you still haven't heard anything from George? Harvey, no, I didn't get a hold. Donna, I don't know how to get in touch with them. And so I said, let me ask George. So I texted George. I can't get in touch with her, honestly. And she told me, my lawyer, this is her lawyer, if this is about the case, and indiscernible. It's not about the case. I have Mr. Chagrin, indiscernible. Donna, sure, yeah. Harvey, you want me to?
He's worried about you. When I said, I just got over Charlie, he's worried about you. He wants to know yes. We know you never asked anything about your brother, and she doesn't, and she told me she's a lawyer that she shouldn't ask.
So Donna just said, I don't know how to get in touch with him. So I said, let me ask George. So I texted George. I can't get in touch with her, honestly. She told me my lawyer. Oh, sorry, I already read that. My bad, I already read that. This part right here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to read. When I said, I just got off with Charlie, he's worried about you. He wants to know. Oh, because I said, yeah, you never know. We know you never asked anything about your brother. And she doesn't. And she told me it's because her lawyer said she shouldn't ask. Harvey, fortunately, Donna, we found out it's not true. Harvey, I asked my Donna, but we just got off the phone. Take off the captions. We just got off the phone with him. Harvey, I asked my attorney. I asked my attorney and he said no. He asked her attorney and her attorney said, Donna Adelson says, I never told her that. Yeah, she doesn't want to talk to you guys.
No.
Y'all blew it.
So, I wrote this last night. We know you never asked anything about your brother. This is 8 o'clock last night. But we know you never.
Harvey says, but I have not consulted that. Again, relaying what the attorney said. Donna says, no. Harvey, I said, I don't want to. Donna, so I wrote this last night. We know you never asked anything about your brother. This is 8 o'clock last night. But we just got off the phone with him. And the first thing he asked was, how's Wendy holding up? Didn't have the heart to tell him that you never called us or asked about him. I just said, you weren't up for phone calls right now. Everyone looks to protect you. I bet you've got a lot to think about. What are we protecting Wendy about?
Hard to tell him they never called us or asked about him. I just said, we weren't up to phone calls right now. Everyone looks to protect you. I bet you've got a lot to think about. But then she didn't answer. But then I got another call from Charlie. And I said, just.
But then she didn't answer. But then I get another call from Charlie at 2 a.m. at night, and I said, just got off the phone with Charlie. He's worried about you. He wants to know why we didn't speak. I told him a lie. I said, we're only speaking with you and Dan right now. I couldn't bear to tell him the truth. Your sister never even called us, is the truth.
Got off the phone with Charlie. He's worried about you. He wants to know why we didn't speak. I told him a lie. I said, we're only speaking with you and Dan right now. I couldn't bear to tell him the truth. Your sister never even called us, is the truth. So she said this morning, I thought she'd be racing over here last night.
So she says this morning, I thought she'd be racing over here last night. Miss Brotman, yeah. Here's what Wendy says to Donna.
Dear Mom, I know you are upset by the verdict, but the anger directed at me is not justified. I don't know how much anger is. Really don't. I'm not responsible in any way for Charlie's situation. I am not guilty because I did not do anything wrong, and I was not involved in any way with Danny's death.
Looks like she wants to write that in writing just in case, you know, the state tries to go after her or if the jury potentially ever looks at her text messages. It just seems to be set up really oddly, you know?
When I was interviewed by the police and testified in court, I told the truth, as I was required to do. I cannot control how the prosecutor used my statement to Charlie's trial. Again, I didn't say that. Also, as you know, my lawyer has advised me not to talk to my family or anyone else about this case. No, about the case, which is true, he's never done it. I followed his advice despite your disagreements with this document. Please do not text me about this case anymore. Not about the case, is it? Not what I said. That's what.
So again, Wendy is saying that don't talk about this case anymore. My lawyer says we shouldn't talk about this case. And Donna's like, I'm not trying to talk about the case with you. I'm just trying to tell you that your brother is like asking if you checked up on him or if you checked up or asked me about him and you haven't done anything. You just kind of like ghosted out. So Donna's just like really upset with Wendy right now.
How are you, Wendy? How's my sister holding up? Yes. If you have anything further to say about the case, please go through our lawyers. Right now, I have to be singularly focused on taking care of the boys during this difficult time. So I wrote back, okay, we have no desire to speak with you about the case. I guess Dad and I are just shocked that you didn't think of coming to see us or even calling us. We are your parents. We are and have always been there for you and the boys. None of what we wrote matters about the case. That's over. I just want you to know how many times Charlie's asking about you. Not only do you not ask about us, but not one question about Charlie, right? We will need to.
So she's really upset. I just want you to know how many times Charlie is asking about you. Not only do you not ask about us, but not one question about Charlie.
Give you some information shortly, and we need some business assistance. Please let us know if you can be of any help. I have a space here. I want to be proposed. We're going to be gone. I want her to have all this information. I have the cemetery.
So she says, we have a safe here. I want to give her codes. We're going to be gone. I want her to have all this information. I'm sorry, but Wendy just doesn't want to deal with you guys because you guys blew it, all right? You guys blew it.
We're going to be gone. I want her to have all these papers and the will. I want her to see all this. So
she says, I have the cemetery property. I want her to see all that. I want her to have all these papers and the wills. I want her to see all of this. So please let us know if you can be of any help, is what she wrote. The other thing is the visa, which she would know about the, Harvey says indiscernible about. Donna says, no, I said, we need some business assistance. Please let us know. Wendy doesn't want to get into that. Wendy doesn't want to help you guys escape to go to Vietnam. Harvey says, I did the same thing. Indiscernible. Told me indiscernible. Donna says, if not, we'll try to find someone who can help us. This needs immediate replies so I can start asking about other people to help. And then she always gets nervous if we want to talk to her. So I wrote, don't get nervous again. Nothing. No, idiot. This is why Wendy doesn't want to mess with you guys anymore, because you guys are not smart. You guys are not smart criminals. It's not just like, oh, I'm just booking a trip to Vietnam. No, it's a one-way ticket. You're talking about extradition. Oh, boy. She writes, don't get nervous again, nothing in capital letters. Nothing about this case. Just would like you to show some business stuff and personal things. If you can't do it, we must find someone who can. I hope you can understand that has nothing to do with the case. There is no more case. There is a case pending against all of you guys. And this is just adjacent to the case. Now, I know Ben was very close. He was writing to Charlie all the time. So I said, how are they? Ben is very quiet. He didn't really talk much. He said, Nathan kind of faced it and said, so he's never coming home? He's never coming back? And so he said it took him 10 minutes and he was into basketball, which is fine. He's a child. That's okay. I don't want to see them miserable and upset. That's not my goal. I just want to know, how are they? It's going to be worse when the boys realize, grandma's going to be convicted too. So it seems like Wendy's boys are going to be upset that Uncle Charlie is going to be in prison for the rest of his life. Now, Donna thinks that it's an innocuous request to ask Wendy to help her with technical stuff in booking a trip to Vietnam, but it's also Wendy helping you to leave to go to Vietnam, a non-extradition company or country, one-way ticket. It's Donna is just really just dragging her into this. And this is why Wendy wants to keep her distance. So that's when I said earlier to George, because it was technical stuff that I couldn't do on my computer. I think just because we're out of it. So he's a computer tech. Miss Brotman, yeah.
So that's what I said earlier, because it was technical stuff that I couldn't do on the computer, and just we were out of it. So I gave the computer tech.
If the plane crashed, no one's going to know where anything is. Harvey, yeah. Donna, or who belongs to what?
I don't think that's asking too much. Just live 3 hours.
So I like her to come up here so she can see it. I don't think that's asking too much. She doesn't live 3 hours away. Every time she says, can you do this? Can you come here? Can you? Miss Brotman, right. Donna, everything. How many times do we have plans? I really can't. I have to cancel. Wendy needs us for this. Wendy needs us to babysit. So we've been really good nannies. Yeah, Wendy used you guys.
And needs us for this. Wendy needs us to babysit. So we've been really good nannies, and I guess our job is done.
Here's the thing. If your parents are so insistent in being overly involved in your life, then fucking use them too, okay? Make it a two-way street. You know what? Wendy has free nanny.
Because now when we're older, they can go out with friends, they can do things on their own. So she doesn't need grandma's grandpa. Okay, pretty hurtful. That's what's on the...
Ms. Brotman, oh yeah. Donna. And I guess her job is up because now the boys are older and they can go out with friends, they can do things on their own. So she doesn't need grandma and grandpa. Okay, pretty hurtful. Have one son that I don't speak with. I have one son whose hope seems dead. And my daughter, whom I love, is doing this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know, Donna. Is it because you tried to murder someone and then it was successful? What do you think, Donna? It's just me. How do you think the children felt when their father was murdered and then had to live with that? How do you think Dan Markel's parents felt when they found out that their only son was murdered? Donna, meanwhile, has 3 children, and one doesn't talk to her anymore because of this case. Another one's incarcerated because of this case. And then the daughter doesn't talk to her because of this case. I think Dan Markel also had a sister, but still, it's hurtful to lose a child, especially if, you know, I mean, Dan Markel was like only what, in his like 40s, early 40s? He still had a whole life ahead of him. Right? And then they also miss out on time spent with their grandchildren. But Donna's still here like, me. Me this, me that, me this. This is all based off of your actions, Donna. All the shit that you're pulling.
So she doesn't need grandma's grandpa. Okay, pretty hurtful. That's one son that I speak with. I have one son that's supposed to be dead. And my daughter, whom I love, is doing this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I said to mother and we thought a family was cursed. So we cursed. And I don't know how to take care of it anymore. So
This is how good of a show that Donna puts on for her friends. The pretending the I don't get it thing. You know what's up. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. Which one is it? It's a call that didn't end? Donna says, I guess Charlie was. Oh no. This is when they realized the phone call never ended. And I wonder if Donna realized it would have been recorded. Dude, Donna looks so upset right now. Donna's like, we're fucked. We're fucked, y'all.
Are you aware of the date that Charlie Adelson was convicted?
Oh, Georgia. Blue looks great on you. It's like a bluish purple.
Yes,
What was that date?
It was November the 6th of 2023.
And was this recording that we just heard that same day after the conviction?
It was the day after the conviction on 11/7.
We hear on this call that there appear to be some plans to potentially go to Vietnam. Are you familiar with that?
I am.
And based on this recording, did you do some investigative work to try to look into whether that was in fact really going to happen?
I did.
Okay, and what did you learn?
We didn't hear the call for a couple days, so it was a few days later. But I did check with another government agency to try to find out if there was an international travel plan. And ultimately, on the 13th, I believe it was, I was told that, yes, there was travel plans made.
So law enforcement, they got to scramble because they weren't planning on arresting Donna. But now that she's leaving to go to Vietnam with Harvey, one-way ticket, they're scrambling to come get her and get her brought in. Don't let her escape. She ain't coming back.
At the Miami International Airport, right through the gate check, as they were boarding the plane on the jet bridge is what they call it.
And that was on November 13th, 23?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, as part of your apprehension of the defendant, did you seize her cell phone that she was in possession of at the time of her arrest?
I did.
All right, and did she willingly allow you to do that?
No, she did not.
How did that go?
That's Donna right there.
The defendant's cell phone, did she physically resist you?
Yes, she did.
Could you tell us about the physical resistance that she offered?
Yes, I reached out to the phone, and when I grabbed a hold of it, she pulled it away and said no, and then kept holding it away from me, trying to turn away from me. Another officer who was there arresting her actually grabbed her arm and held it, and then we were able to finally take the phone out of her hand, but she was still trying to keep it from us.
In the 2014 planner, did you locate any information specific to Dan Markel's vehicle?
We did.
What information was that?
Is the 08 Accord on the left middle of the page, right there. It's the 08 Accord, and the tag number is 584YBM.
That's Dan Markel's tag number at the time of his murder?
It is.
Same vehicle.
Password, social security numbers, Dan Markel's car info.
Markel's tag number at the time of his murder?
It is.
Same vehicle that the killers pursued?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So it could be like connections, like she told them what car to look out for. That direct examination was devastating to Donna Adelson. All the wiretap calls, the consciousness of guilt, her trying to flee to Vietnam the day after Charlie Adelson was convicted, talking about extradition. It was so bad for Donna. It really ties in together. Like I said, Donna, Charlie, Katie, the hitman, the mess of it all, how they were all panicking, trying to figure out what to do. They were scrambling around. It was so messy. Now, at this point, we're hoping, okay, Attorney Jackie, turn it around. Not because we're rooting for Donna or anything, but I like to see the strategies that defense attorneys have. What is she going to do to turn it around so the jury thinks, you know what? Actually, when the state presented this portion of the evidence, it doesn't actually look that bad. Or, that's another way of looking at it, so Donna doesn't look as guilty. Here is how it goes. Or a break. Damn, Jackie, what is she doing? She's moving the whole thing. Don't break it. Girl, don't break it.
Over that, I try to approach you, so I'm trying to get in front of it. Good morning.
Good morning.
You've been testifying for quite some time.
Yes, ma'am.
Listened to a lot of phone calls.
We have.
Now it's cross-examination, so on behalf of Mrs. Adelson, I need to talk to you about those things.
Yes, ma'am.
We may replay all of them.
Girl, you better not. She said we may replay all the wiretaps.
I need to talk to you about those things.
Yes, ma'am.
We may replay all of them. I'm kidding, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do that to anybody in this room. Her son, Charlie Adelson, when he's got something on his mind, he can't shut up, can he?
That's correct.
I mean, he sometimes goes on forever, and in these phone calls, you can actually hear his mother, Donna, just going, yeah, and then finally, when she can, she changes the subject, right?
That's correct.
And from all of the phone records that you have reviewed, not just for this time period, they talk on the phone a lot, don't they?
They do.
Okay. And when they talk, sometimes they talk for a long time, right?
That's correct.
Would you agree with me that sometimes if you don't hear an entire conversation and you just hear a little part of it, you might not be able to put that into context with what the discussion is. Is that fair?
That's sometimes fair, yes.
Okay.
The jury heard the entire conversation. I actually thought Georgia was going to play clips of the conversation, but no, she paid the entirety of it just to make sure that nothing would be taken out of context. Also, I wonder if she's going to try to go for, well, Charlie talks a lot. At some point, Donna was just tuning him out and just nodding away. Is that where she's going at? So we're starting off by throwing Charlie under the bus. Charlie's the one that looks really bad. Let's focus on Charlie and not my client Donna.
There are a couple calls between him and Katie where he's pretty angry. And he's letting her know that something needs to be done. Somebody needs to call this number and figure out what's going on, right?
His characterization of being angry, I don't know about, but yes, he was trying to encourage her to find out who was doing this. Correct.
And I mean, yeah, I don't want you to gauge somebody's character, but I mean, he was getting aggressive with her. Is that fair to say?
I don't think he was, in my opinion, that's what you're asking me, my opinion is I don't think he was angry at her. I think he was upset with the situation.
Right, he was showing that.
Remember, Charlie's defense is that they were being like doubly extorted. If he's being extorted by Katie and also being extorted by the hitman, just look at how chummy he is with Katie. Look at the conversation between him and Katie. You can hear the conversations where everything's fine. They're getting along. He's buying her gifts. At some point, they do get annoyed of each other and he's trying to get her to do this. He's trying to get her to do that. But it doesn't sound like Katie's trying to extort him. It sounds like Katie's genuinely in cahoots with him. trying to figure out who it is who's trying to blackmail Donna.
And in some of the calls with her, he shows concern about whether this is somebody related to the people who have committed the killing. Maybe it's the police, but he's letting her know that he's concerned that this might be somebody who's involved some way, right?
I agree.
When they're talking about the brother in Broward County, Katie, you can tell in those calls, she knows Luis Rivera has been incarcerated in Broward County, and now she's getting concerned, right?
Right, she's concerned. I wasn't so sure he was catching on to that part of it.
All right, so this investigation was pretty lengthy, fair to say.
That's fair to say.
And you were involved in the investigation, I guess, what would be the Monday after the homicide through Mrs. Adelson's arrest, correct?
Going through today, yes, ma'am.
Okay. We want to talk about the period from when Danny Markell was killed. I should say we want to talk about, my questions are going to relate to from the date that Danny Markell was killed through the date of her arrest.
So for some bizarre reason, Attorney Jackie decides to recap everything that happens. How the hitmen were following Dan, how Dan was shot, how law enforcement went to go get Wendy at the lunch. And I thought maybe she was going to try to make a point or something, but no, people just think she's just giving a mid-season recap. Sorry, I stole it from my chat. A mid-season recap, just in case some of you guys weren't paying attention what was going on in this case, I guess. I mean, honestly, in the jury's mind right now, what's really fresh, it's all the wiretap stuff. Address to wiretap. The Vietnam stuff is in their minds. Everything about like, I don't know why we're doing a recap here. We're genuinely though. I try to be really patient when it comes to people's strategies, because I don't know if she was just trying to do a slow row, you know, and at some point she's going boom, 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 and you like really get her points in. So I was trying to be real patient. But as we were sitting there for about an hour, people were starting to think, all right, well, what is her strategy? Or is she just kind of just talking, you know? We just wanted to see if there's going to be any bangers, jaw-dropping moments. Not quite.
You testified Luis Rivera was arrested, correct?
Correct.
And he entered a plea deal.
Correct.
Okay, and Sigfredo Garcia, the one who did the killing, he was arrested.
That's correct.
And convicted.
I wonder what's Jackie's strategy here, because it's a lot. I don't know. I don't know how she's even, what's she going to do? Like try to make Charlie look really bad, Katie and the hitman and stuff, and then try to make it seem like Donna wasn't really involved? I don't know, man. It's like the wiretaps are so bad.
That's correct.
And then you have Mrs. Adelson, who's been charged, correct?
Correct.
So of those 5 people, the only wiretaps you ever got were on Charlie Adelson and Catherine McVanois, correct?
That's correct. There was a previous wiretap on Luis Rivera.
Okay, all right. As the lead investigator on the case, you're familiar with the circumstances of Mr. Markell being killed, right? He was followed by Sigfredo and Garcia and Luis Rivera. They followed him from his house. They watched him walk the children into the school, correct?
That's correct.
And after he was done with the gym, they followed him to his home. Mr. Markell didn't know what was happening, did he?
He didn't know what was going to happen to him?
Right.
No, ma'am, I don't believe he did.
And you have surveillance footage at the daycare, right?
Not at the daycare, at the gym and some cross traffic cameras. I don't remember.
They follow Sigfredo Garcia, and sometimes I mess up their names, Luis Rivera,
Yes, ma'am.
follow him in their car back to his home, right?
Correct.
Pull up behind Mr. Markell in his driveway, right?
Correct.
And the car's still running. Mr. Markell is still inside of it, and from the evidence you're aware of, he was talking on the phone to someone.
That's correct.
I think his name was Mr. Geiger. He calls 911, correct?
Correct.
And he's already testified to what transpired that made him make that call to 911.
Why are we recapping everything? I guess to refresh in the jury's mind, but like, can we just get into it? Oh, man. Do we have a strategy here?
But as soon as 911 is called, the investigation starts. Is that fair to say? There were a bunch of cars, right?
Correct.
Crime scene tape was put up so that the crime scene would be secure and evidence wouldn't be tampered with, or cars were not allowed to go up towards the house, right?
That's my understanding.
Okay. Sometime in the afternoon, I think it was TPD, located Wendy Adelson having lunch with some friends, right?
That was TPD.
She starts answering questions about who it is that possibly could have done this to Mr. Markell, and she gives lots of choices. Maybe it's an angry student, right?
Right.
Maybe it's someone that got upset with him, right?
Right.
And when she talks about her family, she said that her brother had previously joked that he was going to get a hitman, but instead it was cheaper to get her a TV, correct?
Correct.
And when asked about who was angry, she said that her parents disliked him more than anyone. Those were her statements, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, and from that date that she's interviewed there and she gives statements, fair to say that her family become suspects.
It depends on whose definition of suspects you have, but they are persons of interest.
Persons of interest, okay, from that time period.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many suspects did you have from the time Mr. Markell was killed through Donna Adelson being arrested?
Suspects?
Yes, sir.
I would call them persons of interest.
I'm sorry, we'll use your word.
Yeah, we had a lot of persons of interest throughout the case.
And starting on July the 21st of 2014, up through the day that Donna Adelson was arrested, You stayed actively involved in the investigation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And in fact, you were even there when she was arrested, correct?
I was there on every single arrest. Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever made a mistake in your work?
Now, usually when the attorneys make a tone change like this, I'm like, ooh, my ears are perking up. We're going somewhere.
Sure.
Have you ever initially assumed that one person might be a suspect or a person of interest, and later it turned out that they were not the one that committed the crime?
Not a suspect, no, ma'am.
No, not a person of interest.
Maybe a person of interest, yes. Not a suspect.
You've been right from the time you thought that they were a person of interest through them being arrested. Not made a mistake.
As a suspect, the suspect I deem as somebody we have probable cause on.
Okay.
Is Jackie going to pull up his work history? Actually, sir, here are a list of mistakes that you made in the past. No,
All right.
Jackie?
So,
No?
not just TPD and not just you with the FBI. There were several agencies who were involved in this investigation. Is that fair to say?
Not for the investigation. I would disagree with that.
So watching that in retrospect, I guess she was trying to go over and rehash out the timeline in every single little detail because she wanted to make a point that Donna and the family member were sort of suspects because Wendy named them in the interview, yet you didn't arrest them until 10 years later. So have you ever been wrong before? And she's like, well, have you ever been wrong about a suspect? And he's like, I've been wrong about a person of interest, but suspect, no, I haven't been wrong. And then her, I guess her line of question just kind of just dies there. Like, oh, okay.
After I interviewed Mr. Garcia, he went and bought 2 burner phones, and we went up on those phones also.
Okay.
As he was arrested, I interviewed him, released him. He went and bought 2 burner phones. We went up on those phones also, and then we ended up arresting him. And then shortly after that, we went down on all the wires, on the 2 wires and his 2 burner phones.
She does touch a little bit on Wendy, I guess, to make it seem like Wendy wasn't trying to set up Jeff and Wendy wasn't involved in the operation. Although it seems like she had already thrown Wendy under the bus when she was cross-examining Wendy. I don't know what the Wendy strategy is.
Wendy Adelson, in her interview, didn't actually offer up Jeff Lacoste as a suspect, did she?
I don't know what you mean, offer him up as a suspect.
Well, when law enforcement's asking her who could have done this, she doesn't say, oh, I've got this ex-boyfriend, Jeff Lacoste, and he probably did it. She doesn't say that.
She doesn't say that straight up, but she does mention that she was with Jeff, and then it was at the point where the friend came in to talk about it too, and how they just broken up or something like that. Like, I don't know, this was a long time ago, but Jeff's name was mentioned, and they were kind of asking about him.
Does she?
I don't believe so.
In fact, she has a friend come into the interview room with her. You recall that?
Not really.
You don't?
No.
Okay, that's okay. We'll get into it later. You recall that it's that friend who says Jeff Lacoste.
I don't.
That's okay. We'll
Sorry.
play it.
But here's the thing. I think Wendy did a really good job at planting seeds everywhere. Just like how she was planting a seed to her brother, like, hey, I have this secret boyfriend that I'm dating that mom and dad doesn't know about. When in fact, Jeff has met the family many times. She does bring up with this special agent that Katie McBenoit has given inconsistent proffers before, and especially in something called minimization. Katie tried to minimize her role in it, but as she came back for another proffer, she would offer more information and be a little bit more truthful about just how big of a role she played in. And the FBI agent says that, well, this is kind of something that we've seen. It's pretty common where initially people want to make it seem like, oh, I wasn't really involved. And then when they realize that they have to give more information, they end up fessing more and more. At least at this part, it seemed quite evident what Jackie is doing. She's going after Charlie and she's going after Katie.
Do you recall that there was a call played, a recording played yesterday, where they're talking and there are some pretty inappropriate comments about her breasts. That's not how he or she referred to them, but you remember that call?
I do.
The
And
coconut
at that
breasts?
time, Catherine McVanois is going into Charlie Adelson's garage. You recall that?
I do.
Do you remember him telling her to take off her shirt so that she would know how to get into the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know from your investigation, the reference for that is she has a tattoo on her ribs that is 1214, and that happens to be his garage code, correct?
That's what I've been told. I haven't seen it.
You recall that in Dolce Vita, Charlie tells Katie, trust me, I'll keep you full time, so you're going to get your checks. He says that, doesn't he?
I believe he did, yes.
And you considered that as part of your investigation?
Considered that statement?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So again, when Charlie says, trust me, I'll keep you full time, you'll still get your checks, Donna's trying to say that she had nothing to do with the checks, except that she was told by Charlie to write them. She signed every one of them, all 50-something checks. Mufasa says, I'm confused on the point the defense is trying to make here. I think there's like little micro points here and there as she's going through the timeline and the involvement of this FBI agent. The one that really stands out to me is Charlie writing the checks to Katie. And I guess showing that Charlie and Katie are close because Charlie was casually talking about Katie's boobies and how Katie's ribcage is the code to Charlie's garage code.
Check she picked up came from Charlie Adelson.
Well, he gave her the check that day.
Okay.
Correct.
Charlie Adelson was a periodontist and worked some out of the Adelson Institute, but he also did, I guess it's dental surgery. I'm not real familiar with it, but basically he did dental surgery for many different doctors, right?
I believe it was periodontal work, but yes.
Yeah.
He traveled around and did, yeah.
I'm
was a
sorry if I
periodontist.
misspoke. I thought surgery was the periodontist.
I don't know either.
Whatever. He was a specialist, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he did that work for several different dentists, correct?
He did. He traveled around in different offices and worked out of other people's offices.
Okay.
Is what he did.
And a lot of the calls that he made to his mother that you've listened to, he's talking to her between these appointments, right?
He is.
Okay.
During appointments sometimes too, it sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Okay. During this time period from your investigation, you're aware that after Mr. Markel,
I guess like Jackie wants to come off as someone who's like very like chill, relaxed, and laid back. Like, oh, I don't know the details on this. I don't know the details on that. I don't know if that's really a good look though.
was murdered until the time that Mrs. Adelson was arrested, she and her husband left the
I
United
think a little bit is okay, but just a little bit.
States several times to travel, right?
They did.
And they returned each time, right?
They did.
Okay. Back in 2019 is when the iMessage outside your house was obtained during the course of this investigation, right?
I don't know the date.
Somebody else does.
I love mine
But-
hunters.
Well, I'll have to ask somebody else that. When Charlie says to his mother, you didn't do anything to anybody, you don't know anything, you considered that,
Yes, ma'am. We considered it.
okay?
So again, when Charlie's like, you don't know anything, you don't know anything. Well, Charlie said a lot of BS on there.
Charlie Adelson is talking to his mother. You would agree that at least the majority of the conversation comes from Charlie, right?
I would agree with that. Yes.
Sometimes the overwhelming majority of the conversation. Is that fair to say?
Sometimes, yes.
And there are times that Mrs. Adelson is talking to Charlie on the phone, and she says, we'll meet up and talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it on the phone with you, right?
Yes, she does.
And you don't know where she got the idea from of why it is she's not going to talk about it on the phone, do you?
Do I know?
From your investigation, have you gotten evidence to show why it is she's saying those things?
Through my investigation,
Do you have evidence?
okay. No.
Okay.
At least at this part, it seemed quite evident what Jackie is doing. She's going after Charlie and she's going after Katie.
Was there at any point during the course of Mr. Charlie Adelson going to trial, getting convicted, and thereafter that you learned that his defense was that he was being extorted?
Yes, I did.
You heard that?
Yes, ma'am.
But he got convicted, didn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
And he was sentenced to life in prison.
That's correct.
Okay. So then comes Catherine McBanawa after she's been convicted, and she's in prison for life, right?
Correct.
The testimony is that she gave a proffer to law enforcement, right?
Correct.
She actually gave 2 proffers first, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when she gave those proffers, she gave information about what she says happened, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she's hoping, she's giving this cooperation because she's not promised anything, but hoping, as she's testified, that someday she'll see her kids so she won't actually have to serve a life sentence. That's fair to say, right?
I don't know that for a fact, but I would assume that's correct.
Okay.
Oh, she's trying to go with the angle that Katie could be lying. But no, they had stuff to corroborate with Katie's proffer.
The first proffer that she gives is a little bit different than the story she told in 2 different trials so far. Sigfredo Garcia's and then herself, right?
I would agree with that.
She changes some information.
I don't know if she changes information. She has more information as time goes on because I believe she was minimizing the first 2 proffers, which is very, very common for defendants to do. They minimize their role in actual crimes.
Right. So when she testifies in Sigfredo Garcia's trial and then in her trial, basically,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
I misunderstood what you said
didn't
about
mis-
which trial.
No, I'm sorry. I can't speak over you, and I talk way too fast because the court reporter can only get one of us, so I apologize for that. It's not as...
She about to break this. She about to break this. Okay, Jackie, leave it alone.
When you all are in there interviewing her the first time, she's not being forthcoming, and you're asking her questions, aren't you?
Correct.
And you know she's not being forthcoming because of other things you obtained in the investigation and the convictions that you've had, right?
I feel like she's holding back her involvement.
And at some point in that first proffer, you got so frustrated you just got up and walked out, didn't you?
I left the room. I didn't walk out. We left the room to let her think about it. It's a strategic process to have them think about it and reconsider them not being totally honest with us. So it wasn't that I was walking out and done with her.
Well, you weren't done because she came back and then she gave another proffer.
Correct.
Right? And from the first proffer that she gave to the second proffer that she gave, she tells more, right?
She does.
Okay? And then she gets to Charlie Adelson's trial, and by the time she gets there, she's got more information even she testifies to, right?
I would agree with that.
Okay.
This is how Attorney Jackie is going to handle Donna buying a one-way ticket to Vietnam. And if you were the jury, would you find this convincing?
A return ticket at that point, you don't know about.
No, I could not find anything. No, ma'am.
You don't know what they were planning to do.
No.
But you did learn at some point in this investigation, before we sit here today, that they actually had the plan to return because one of their grandsons, one of Mr. Markel's children, had a scheduled bar mitzvah, and they were coming back for that, right?
I had heard that. I don't know.
You heard it. I'm asking if you believe at the time that you decided to assist in getting a warrant for her to be arrested, did you, as a professional in this investigation, come to a conclusion that we needed to get a warrant because she has a one-way ticket?
It's not my decision to get a warrant. I
Did
was
you
not
get input?
involved in the process of getting a warrant.
You were not involved in that?
Sorry about that, guys.
No, ma'am.
So you weren't involved in coming to the decision that a warrant needed to be obtained because she was going to leave the country?
No, ma'am. That's not my decision to make. That's the prosecution's decision.
I didn't ask you if it was your decision. I said you didn't participate in it.
It depends on what you mean by participate.
You
I
told me.
drove to Miami to participate. Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any communication with any investigation agency in this case about the fact there was a one-way ticket to a country that doesn't extradite and something probably needs to be done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I mean, because you got on the road then and went to Miami, right?
Yeah, just in case. Yes, ma'am.
Just in case you traveled.
Jackie saw the chat. She's like, "Oh man, they're falling asleep. Don't worry. Let me amp it up a little bit. Let me get a little bit spicy."
But up to that point, there was no warrant.
That is correct.
From the date that Mr. Markel was murdered, all of the investigation that took place, right?
Yes.
Hundreds of thousands of emails, right?
Correct.
Some of them she says bad things about Danny Markel and sometimes other people, right?
Sure.
And you've got all of that. You've got all of the call detail records, right?
Correct.
No warrant.
No, ma'am.
And she's been watched. She's been monitored. No warrant.
Yes, ma'am. No warrant.
You got her on recorded calls in 2016 saying what she said. No warrant.
That's correct.
You got a text message where she says outside your house. No warrant.
Correct.
You got Captain Magbanawa who's come through her lying and not being completely truthful and no warrant.
Yes.
And it's not until the time that she has this trip that she's going out of the country that a warrant is obtained.
That's correct.
At the
I guess they're trying to say that no warrant before because you just didn't think she was a part of it. You were really focusing on everyone else.
time that she started planning that she was going to go out of town, there was no warrant.
Correct.
You were aware that she was getting a visa. You all knew that.
Correct.
There was no warrant at that time.
That's correct.
Without a warrant, she's free to travel.
That's correct.
And when you're aware in the investigation that she actually spoke to her attorney, and it was even on one of the recorded calls, it's okay to travel.
That's
right?
correct. Yes.
No warrant.
Yes.
And you're aware as part of the investigation that someone else actually called the state attorney's office on the day that she traveled, spoke to Jason Newland, and asked the question because they were concerned about them leaving the country. And Jason Newland at the state attorney's office said, there's no warrant. She's free to travel.
I'm not aware of that one.
You've never learned that in the investigation?
Not that I'm aware of.
Who called? Oh my gosh, who narked on them? Was it Wendy?
Sorry, I thought you knew that.
She said, oh, I thought you knew that. So Jackie's trying to show that Donna was free to travel if she wanted to. Her buying a ticket, a one-way ticket to Vietnam, what's the big fucking deal? She was free to travel. However, on the fucking phone call, no extradition, no extradition, no extradition. One-way ticket, one-way ticket, one-way ticket. For those of you guys who watched Charlie Adelson's trial, did Dan Rashbaum do a lot better? Because now I'm kind of curious to see what Dan Rashbaum cross-examined after the wiretaps. I want to know how things were done differently.
It was a 90-day visa.
Correct.
And according to the visa, it was issued for the purposes of tourism, right?
Yep.
Good for single/multiple entry. Yes, ma'am.
And what that means is it's not that she can travel to Vietnam and once she leaves, she can't come back, right? It means that she can come and go from Vietnam, right?
I'm not sure if that's what that means or not. I don't know.
You're not familiar with that?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And then Attorney Jackie goes into all the details again that I'm not really quite sure the jury really need.
So you all just kind of stood up around the area of the gate where they were going to leave.
I believe so.
Where were you with respect to the jetway?
We were down a little ways.
I don't do a lot of travel, so you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but when I have gone on an airplane, was this airport like you get into a section, I forget what they call them, like the gates are like different concourses, right? There's a walkway down to the end of the terminal, right? Like a kind of a middle row, if you will. Right.
Okay.
Little food shops along the way and magazines and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But the layout is basically you've got a walkway with gates on each side.
Correct.
You don't call, but your testimony is you kind of went opposite of where their gate was, where you could monitor them, but not be where they could see you necessarily. And when you saw them, were they seated, waiting for the flight?
I believe so.
I mean,
seated or standing, one of the two. But they
Does it matter?
They were amongst the other passengers.
Here's the thing. Jackie was like, damn, man, Corky-san was complaining about how my cross-examinations are short. All right, let me drag it out. Let me drag it out.
Did you all travel to that vicinity together?
All of us?
Yes, sir.
No, I believe it was me and the
So they started calling boarding for the flight. At some point,
You guys ever seen the Key and Peele skit where they're talking about the flight boarding and how every group is called before you are?
and they got in the line, and then they, at some point, I don't know what it's called, but they have to show their phone ticket or a physical ticket to somebody to make sure they can go on, right? And the area between where they give their ticket or show their ticket and before they board the plane, is that what you're referring to as a jetway? What you said?
Yep.
You had the warrant before they got in line, right?
Correct.
And you watched them for however many minutes before they got called up to put their ticket in, right?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to get them.
Waited until she went through the little gate, and then you arrested her.
Yes, ma'am.
She obviously had her cell phone, and you've testified that you got that from her.
Yes, ma'am.
And you described this little interaction before she gave you the cell phone. She didn't fight with you, did she? Like, she wasn't swinging on you.
And she did try to hit me, no, ma'am.
You didn't have to take her to the ground and grab it out of her hands.
No, ma'am, I was very gentle.
Okay, you got the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Jackie's finally wrapping up with some fireworks, maybe?
In your investigation, you found no direct connection between Donna Adelson and Sigfredo Garcia, correct?
Correct.
And you found no direct connection between Donna Adelson and Luis Rivera, correct?
Correct.
And Katie McBanawa has testified that, I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm leading up to it. Katie McBanawa has testified that she met Donna Adelson one time when she had a dental appointment at Adelson Institute, and they exchanged greetings at the front desk. Besides that, there's no direct connection between Katie McBanawa and Donna Adelson, is there?
Correct.
You have emails, voice messages, text messages, and later recorded calls. Direct evidence on any of those things. Did Donna Adelson ever say that she wanted Danny Markel to be killed?
Those exact words?
Those words. Did she say she wants him killed?
No.
Did she say she was planning to have him killed?
No.
Did she say she was hiring to have him killed?
No.
Someone to go and kill him?
No.
Did she say that she intended that he be killed?
No, she did not say that.
I don't have any further questions.
That's it, Jackie? Oh my goodness. Jackie! Jackie! The issue is if there's a lot of anticipation that's being built up, you're forcing people to be patient with your line of questioning, and then there isn't a grand payoff, there's a huge disappointment there. That's just how I felt. That's how I felt. That's it.
You didn't have any direct evidence, did you have?
I guess like for her to go through the wiretaps, each one line by line, or like some of the most important ones, maybe would have been too tedious for her and too tiring.
Any circumstantial evidence?
A lot.
It's up to this jury to decide if the evidence is sufficient.
That's correct.
You were asked if you had any input on the timing of the arrest, and why did you arrest when you did? That wasn't your decision to make, was it?
No.
And when did you decide you had probable cause to make an arrest of Donna Adelson?
Personally?
Georgia's like, that was my decision, wasn't it?
It's beyond the scope of direct your honor, and this is an opinion testimony.
Yes, it is. You were asked.
Oh, Georgia with the clapback.
An arrest of Donna Adelson.
Personally?
It's beyond the scope of direct your honor, and this is an opinion testimony.
Yes, it is. You were asked your opinion, weren't you?
Sustained, Ms. Stepleman.
You were not the person responsible for making that decision of when to go to Miami and put handcuffs on her, were you?
No, it was not.
Okay. About Charlie's defense. Wasn't Charlie's defense that he was being extorted? And was part of that defense that he brought his mother in on that, didn't he? He told her about it.
That's correct.
Okay, so they were both being extorted over the course of almost 2.
So Georgia was she was a Tallahassee judge. Do you think, sorry, not Georgia, Jackie was a Tallahassee judge. Do you think Georgia ever was an attorney in Jackie's courtroom? I wonder how far do they go back?
2-year period before the bump, right?
That's correct. That's what he said.
Okay, and that's why she was writing those checks. She was being extorted.
That's correct.
Another part of that defense was that although they were being extorted, the payroll checks weren't actually going to Catherine McBanawa. She was just cashing them and then giving the money to somebody else.
What?
That's correct. That's what he said.
Okay, and that's needed to explain why he was so friendly with her, both in those calls and on the text and so forth, right?
It's all explain everything, yes.
It's not typically going to be sending "I love you" text to your extortionist, right?
Correct.
So it was, oh, I didn't know she was in on it, but now I realize she is.
Correct. He realized it after the fact, so he said.
Okay, and the killers, according to Charlie Adelson, came to Tallahassee unsolicited, unprovoked.
Excuse me. Whoa.
Nobody hired them. They came and just killed Dan Markel and then hoped to be able to get some money out of Charlie Adelson and Donna Adelson later.
That is what Charlie Adelson said.
Okay, and since Charlie Adelson didn't have enough money in his safe that night, the killers, through the mediator of Catherine McBanawa, agreed to put him on a layaway plan to pay this money over time.
That's correct. It was a layaway plan for the extortion.
Part of the checks that Donna Adelson signed were the layaway plan to the gang member extortionists.
That's correct. That's what he said.
Here's how Georgia is going to attack the bar mitzvah strategy. Now, she as in Jackie was trying to go hard at this witness, essentially saying that you don't know if she was going to buy a one-way ticket. You know, you didn't know she was going to come back. She had a bar mitzvah to come back too. Well, damn, Georgia just destroys.
She tried to board the plane in 2023. We now know the bar mitzvah was scheduled to take place in January 2024, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it was a few months after she was scheduled to get on the plane.
That's correct.
And she knew that when she booked the plane because it's in the planner, right?
Correct.
Okay, so she knew if she was coming back for that bar mitzvah, she needed to be back no later than January 14th, right?
Correct.
Did she book a flight? to return in time to attend the bar mitzvah on January 14th.
Not that I'm aware of.
It was a one-way ticket, wasn't it?
Correct.
Okay. There's nothing inherently illegal about traveling to Vietnam, is there?
No.
Okay. She didn't get arrested for going to Vietnam, did she?
No, ma'am.
This was kind of interesting. The jury leaves, I think it's a lunch break right now. However, the judge asked Donna Adelson to stand up because he wants her to consent to her team's strategy.
Ms. Adelson, concerning these listed state witnesses for this afternoon, Patricia Byrne and Drina Bernhardt, you have discussed with your counsel the cross-examination strategy for these two witnesses. I need you to speak up so you can be clearly heard.
Yes.
You also understand how the cross-examination strategy will fit into your theory of defense. You understand how this cross-examination strategy will fit into your theory of defense for the case.
Yes.
And you have consented to this particular strategy.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's because the defense is going to concede and say that's Donna's handwriting. Maybe the judge just wants to make sure that Donna's okay with the defense saying that Donna's admitting that she actually wrote in these notebooks. And you guys are like, what notebooks are you talking about, Corgi? Oh, you'll see. It's bad. There's no way she can lie out of this one. They come back from lunch break, and then we have witness number, I think 23. I hope I have the numbers correctly. Detective Jonathan Grossman from Miami-Dade PD. He's going to go to Donna's condo, take pictures, pursuant to a warrant. And we have pictures of Donna's planner. She leaves a note for Wendy to sell a gun and pictures of a luggage, camera equipment, Vietnam visas, and stuff like that. And then I'm going to read you some funny tweets because my mind was kind of wandering a little bit. Airline company,
As
when you're
part
about
of
to
the
board.
search warrant, did you see some camera equipment?
Yes, we did.
Overview.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Approach and show you what's been marked as states 129 and 130. This planner, is this how it was, open like this when you found it?
Yes, it was.
She didn't burn her planner? I don't know if this is true or not, but Surviving the Survivor tweeted, just heard this court started late today because defense attorney Jackie Fulford accidentally took a sleeping pill. She had to walk it off. Bonkers. She was free falling. Wait, what? What the hell? Hashtag Donna Adelson, a lonely existence right now for Harvey Adelson. Oh, is he just sitting there eating lunch by himself? Damn. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. Oh, this is the tweet I was telling you guys about. Jackie! Just heard court started today because defense attorney actually took a sleeping pill. She had to walk it off. Bonkers. She was free falling.
Was this note present there at the residence?
It was.
Where was this note found?
It was found on the floor in one of the bedrooms.
Okay, and it appears to be offering some information about an M11 gun to be sold.
Correct.
An M11 gun to be sold. I just want to show you some random tweets really quick. Runkle, this trial brought to you by the Tourism Department of Vietnam. Come for the non-extradition, stay for the delicious food and cultural enrichment. Everyone's face right now. I feel like he kept making this face. I thought it was so funny. Okay, last one. By Jay. And when you got to the terminal, you walked using your feet. And when you were breathing, I think they call it oxygen. And there were machines with wings that people were waiting to get on. Oh my god. Hashtag Donna Adelson. This is Surviving the Survivor podcast. Are Donna headphones on backwards? New fashion style? This is how we know Donna's lying. Look, one headphone is flipped the other way. It's not even the correct orientation. I thought he meant wearing it backwards, like just like flipping it this way, but no, it's flipped inside out like this. Ooh, it is a rough day for Donna, I am telling you. Next two witnesses are going to be two women that were housed with Donna at Leon County Jail, I believe, and Donna just keeps digging herself in a bigger hole. She needs to stop doing the crazy shit, man.
Have you received any offer?
Missed opportunity. Is this a photo of the washing machine you put the money into? Let her ask that for Donna in direct examination.
Or promises in exchange for your testimony in this case?
No.
Were you in custody with Donna Adelson?
Yes, I was.
For about how long?
Maybe about 6 or 7 months.
And was this at Leon County Jail?
Yes.
Were you and Donna Adelson in the same pod?
Yes.
What does that mean?
We're in the same, it's a open pod, it's open bay, but a lot of bunk beds are together.
Okay, so a lot of women are in there together.
Yes.
Okay, so you sleep in the same room as some of these women.
Yes.
And how close did you sleep to Donna Adelson?
Right next to her.
Did you become friendly with her?
Yes.
How often would you talk to her?
Every day, all day.
Who else was she close to in the pod?
Drina Bernhardt.
Okay. Did she have a couple of other people she was close to as well?
Yes.
Were you and Drina the closest?
Yes.
To her, I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you and Donna Adelson became close friends, did she ever talk to you about her pending case, this case?
She did.
When y'all would have those conversations, did you ever outright ask her whether she did what she's accused of?
I did.
And what did she say to that?
She said she did. It was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Okay. So she said she did do it, and she did it to keep her grandkids.
Yes.
But she didn't expect it to go this far.
Oh man, Donna was scheming.
Since you had been in custody with Magbanwa, once Donna Adelson knew that, what did Donna Adelson want you to do?
She wanted me to say that Magbanwa told me when we killed him, I knew my boyfriend's parents had money.
Hold on a second. Oh, this is what Donna wanted her to testify about. Jeez. They're getting Donna from all the angles, man. Just because Donna didn't say, I want to kill Dan Markel, let's take a hit on Dan Markel, everything else surrounding her looks really bad.
Adelson want you to do?
She wanted me to say that Magbanwa told me when we killed him, I knew my boyfriend's parents had money.
Okay, so basically, she and some other people did this crime, and they did it because her boyfriend's parents had money.
Yes.
Wow.
Who did she want you to...
Donna just can't stay out of trouble, can she? She just keeps digging herself in a bigger and bigger hole.
Tell that to?
She wanted me to tell it to whoever came up and asked me about it, and the investigators.
Okay. Did she offer you anything in exchange for you providing that information?
Yes.
What did she offer you?
A trailer and some land, and she would have her husband fix my teeth.
Okay. So, like, if you got out of custody, she'd help you buy a trailer and land?
Yes.
And
oh, and then she said train. I was like, what does that mean? Okay, a trailer.
That her husband could fix your teeth?
Yes.
Like veneers?
Yes.
Now, was any of that true as far as did Magbanwa ever say those things to you?
No, she did not.
Did Donna Adelson give you other gifts while in custody?
Yes.
Like what?
She would buy canteen, and she would bring it over to my bed.
What's canteen?
Canteen is food that we buy off commissary.
Okay. It's kind of like chips and candy and other things that
and
you...
noodles and stuff like that.
Okay.
I love
but
noodles.
But it costs money to buy those things?
Yes.
Okay. But she would buy those or extra and she'd give it to you?
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you guys who are new to this case, in pretrial stuff, Donna testified to the judge, crying, talking about what an awful time she was having in jail, how she was being bullied by other women. It's possible that the two things could still be true, but I mean, it seems like Donna had some friends there. Donna said that this woman was bullying her, twisted her arm, and was like, you're going to give me canteen from now on. Otherwise, you're going down, or something. Like they were going to beat her up or something like that. And Donna was like crying, like, oh my God, it hurt. She twisted my arm. It hurt. I was so scared of her. And then she tells Harvey to up the canteen a little bit and send these packages just so she can give to this woman. I think it was all a scheme for Donna to try to get out of the jail and for her to be, you know, be jailed at home. What do they call that again? I forgot the term for it. Oh boy, Donna. And so what they did with Donna was they put her in solitary confinement when they found out that Donna, you know, said that this thing was happening. And I don't think Donna was happy in solitary because Donna realized that it was like, solitary kind of sucks. I'm just here by myself. Now I feel like I'm getting punished when I'm being bullied. Oh man, Donna, she was playing it up, man. She was crying on the stand. She was like shaking visibly, and then she would turn it off. Then she would cry, she would shake, and then turn it off. Like Donna's a good actress. When she testifies on the stand, I won't be surprised if there were some jurors on there that feel like Donna's telling the truth because she's really good at it. I would say she's pretty top tier when it comes to the whole acting thing. I don't know, in my opinion. We'll see how she does in directing and cross-examination, but from what I've seen so far, she's pretty good.
Now, did you ever speak to her?
She's Wendy's replacement.
Attorney. Did you tell them that that information that Magbanwa said was true or not true?
It was not true.
Okay, but that Donna Adelson wanted you.
All right, okay, let me go back a little.
Did you tell them the information you told us today?
I did.
Did you tell them that information that Magbanwa said was true or not true?
It was not true.
Okay, but that Donna Adelson wanted you to say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Honestly, she came off as quite truthful on the stand. Mr. Zellman is going to do the cross-examination. I would say Zellman is a little bit spicy towards her.
You testified that you spoke with a investigator, a woman. Was the woman white or black?
She was black.
Okay. Do you remember testifying in a hearing on this matter a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember saying that she was white?
Yes. I was confused.
You were confused by the question, or you were confused about the race of the investigator that you spoke with?
It was about the question.
The best way to attack this witness is to go after her credibility, go after her memory. However, when she's answering these questions, she's not super defensive or anything like that. And she's saying that, like, yeah, I was confused, very matter-of-factly.
Isn't it true that you've also testified that, in fact, Ms. Magbanua was manipulative?
I did.
Is that true?
It is.
Now, you testified.
I guess he thinks he's trying to help the defense because Katie's manipulative and he knows how to manipulate Charlie, I guess.
You testified that my client admitted doing it and that it was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Correct.
Okay. Now, isn't it true that the only thing that she did was write checks to Miss Magbanua?
Oh, come on.
Sure.
Isn't that what she told you?
Oh, gosh. You're saying that the reference was just writing the checks, not getting Dan Markel murdered? Dream, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much for the cup of tea. I will take it right here. So everyone involved is manipulative, except for Donna. Donna's not manipulative. Donna's the one who was being manipulated, okay? Because she was senile, she's old, she was being bossed around, she wasn't in control. Her family was stomping all over her.
Haven't you previously said that Miss Adelson, my client, did not plan the murder?
Correct.
Maybe start with that.
How many times did you meet with an investigator from the any of the defense attorneys in this case?
Could you repeat the question?
How many times have you met with an investigator from any of the defense attorneys' offices?
Twice.
Okay.
Mr. Zellman? Keep in mind, I have this sort of sped up, so us waiting here, or the jury waiting there, is a little bit longer than us.
Remember previously testifying that someone from the defense attorney's office came 4 or 5 times?
No, I did not.
How many times did a female investigator come to speak with you?
Once.
Do you remember testifying previously that you said a female investigator came twice?
If I said it, then that's what it was.
Something tells me that Mr. Zellman is not very well organized. Usually it's like, if it happens like a few times, it's like, eh, whatever. But I feel like it's kind of a common theme throughout. Maybe he needs to use like sticky tabs. That could help. Attorney Jackie. You helping, Mr. Zellman? Jackie looking for some Tic Tacs.
So, when you first met with the state attorney's office representatives and Special Agent Sanford, when asked how many times...
Now, he's pointing out that she's being inconsistent about how many times she met with this female investigator. However, what I'm looking for is whether or not she was consistent about the content that she shared with them. For example, what Donna offered her, what Donna was trying to get her to say. Is that wishy-washy, or is it pretty consistent throughout?
Times the defense investigators come to see you, you said 4 or 5, correct?
Correct.
And then how many times did the female investigator come to speak to you? You said twice.
Correct.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
I'm glad that he has someone helping
You
him.
testified that you were incarcerated with my client for 6 to 7 months. How much of that time were you actually sleeping in the bed next to her?
Somewhere in between 3 to maybe 4 months.
The jail records reflect something differently. Would they be more accurate?
Could be.
Could be more accurate, or they
Yeah.
are?
They are, because we were...
Thank you. Nothing further.
I don't know, man. It's like you had to pick and choose which witnesses you're spicy towards. She's just been super chill up there, honestly. I get it that you want to show that you don't like her because she's testifying something that is going against, your client. It looks really bad for Donna. But I don't think it's a good idea to be spicy with people who are just super chill and relaxed on the stand. Unless you're trying to do it over and over again to try to get a rouse out of them and get them to react, get them to break face, and get them to look bad. However, he was at the very end of the cross-examination, and it was just, I don't know. He could have said a little bit nicer, in my opinion.
Examination. Will you finish what you were going to say, please?
We were in 2 different pods together.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. Sarah Dugan. I don't know. I feel like that can go a long way with the jury. Sarah's like, hey, you know what? Don't worry, I got you. You finish up what you want to say.
Did you ask her whether she did what they're accused her of doing?
I asked her if she did what they accused her of.
Okay. And she said yes.
And she said yes.
Thank you.
Damn.
Down, will this witness be recalled by the party?
Now, sometimes when inmates come in and testify saying, though, I heard this, I heard that, and people are giving them the side eye because it's like, oh, what are you getting out of this? Or are you a trustworthy person? Or do you just want the limelight? However, this witness came off as someone that was just very chill, honest, straightforward, and honestly, like, not unhinged or anything like that. So I feel like if I was a jury, I wouldn't really have any problem with her testimony. Now, on top of this, it's also good to have multiple people to testify because maybe it's just like, oh, one person trying to, go against Donna. We have another inmate that was also with Donna, and she's going to say some similar things about Donna, and it's so bad.
I want to ask if you've been promised.
Who is this witness? Another person that was incarcerated with Donna, and I'm assuming Donna's going to maybe either confess to her about some of the crimes.
Anything by myself or any member of my team in exchange for your testimony here today?
No, ma'am.
So any leniency or any help with your case, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Has anyone promised you anything?
No.
Have you been in and out of jail quite a few times?
I have.
Okay. Do you have 27 prior convictions involving either felonies or crimes of dishonesty?
27? Whoa. Wait, involving dishonesty? I think the defense can expand on that then, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you recently incarcerated in the Leon County Jail with Donna Adelson?
Yes, I was.
And did you become friendly with her during the time that y'all were both in the jail together?
Yes.
How long were you together in the jail?
I can't remember exactly, maybe around 4 months.
All right, were you in the same pod that whole 4 months?
Yes. She actually called me her jail daughter, and she and I got close. And how much more detail do you want?
Well, by close, did you talk to each other about
This is the Wendy replacement.
personal things, like your
Yes.
life?
Yes.
Okay. And did she have a nickname for you besides her jail daughter?
Yes, Sunshine.
Oh gosh, she loves the Sunshine
Did
nickname,
she
doesn't she?
paint pictures for you and write notes to you and things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Damn, Donna, everyone is turning against you, Donna. Everyone. You've got no one. Wait, did she make some jail art for her? What is the Sarah Boone thing?
Dear Adrena, I hope your life will be filled with love, joy, and flowers. You deserve only the best because you are the best loved Donna. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
And did you return this type of favor and make little art and things for her as well?
Probably, yes.
Did she ever talk to you about her grandchildren?
Yes, she did.
And did she tell you anything about the type of relationship that she had specifically with the children of the deceased in this case?
Yes, she said she was very close with them, and every now and then she would call them her children.
Okay. And
Oh, she would. Remember I was saying earlier in a different stream? I wouldn't be surprised if Donna was like, hey, you can call me mom if you want when mom's not around. All right? Wink, wink. Wasn't there a spooky movie or TV show where the grandmom was trying to breastfeed her grandchildren? I'm thinking it's a horror movie. It might not even be a horror movie. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh my God.
I want to ask you about whether Mrs. Adelson, during the time that y'all were friendly, ever discussed her case with you.
Yes.
Okay. And was her bringing up her case something that she did a lot, or was it only one time?
It was often.
Okay. So it was something that she was
Doing
talking
a lot.
about daily.
Yes.
Okay. And was it a bunch of different aspects of her case she would talk about, or only one thing?
It was different aspects.
At some point, did you end up reaching out to law enforcement to report some of the things that she had been saying to you about her case?
Yes, I did.
And why did you do that?
Well, initially I did it for selfish reasons, but more that I spent time with Donna, I realized that it was morally correct and I wanted to get justice for the Markel family.
Okay, so you felt it was the right thing to do, but you were also hoping to get something out of it.
Yes.
And what kind of thing were you hoping to get out of it?
Just help, lighter sentence, maybe rehab.
Okay, and are you still hoping that might be the outcome for you?
Maybe, but right now I'm more interested in justice for the Markel family.
Did Donna Adelson ever talk to you when she was talking about her case? Did she ever mention any concerns about the testimony of her son, Rob Adelson?
She did. She said she was extremely worried about his testimony.
Okay, so that was something that she brought up often, or only one time?
A few times.
Okay. Did she ever mention to you a state witness by the name of Catherine Magbanoa?
Yes.
And was Ms. Magbanoa somebody that was known to you?
Yes, I knew Miss Magbanoa from being locked up with her years before.
And how did she first bring up Magbanoa to you, or did you bring Magbanoa up to her?
I can't remember exactly how it was brought up. I just know that it was brought to her attention.
Brought to her attention that you knew Mag. Did the defendant try to recruit you to become a witness for her in this case?
Yes.
How did she first approach you about that?
She asked me if I would be willing to do it, and I said yes.
Okay. And was this topic discussed one time or more than one time?
More than once.
How many times can you estimate? A lot?
A lot, yes.
Okay. And what is it that she wanted you to testify about?
She wanted me to testify about numerous different things about Kay, mostly about Miss McBonwa.
And Miss McBonwa, you knew her by the nickname Kay?
Yes.
Okay. Did she prepare a script for you of exactly what she wanted you to testify to?
She did.
I'm going to approach and show you what I marked as.
Please don't tell me the script is in her handwriting. Donna, you couldn't be that dumb, right?
I do.
Is this the script that was prepared for you by Miss?
An objection.
Whose notebook is this?
That's mine.
And whose handwriting is this on this first page?
That's Donna's, Miss Anderson.
Oh my fucking god, she wrote in this? Donna! Donna, how dumb are you?
Okay, so she wrote this in your notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is it you were supposed to do with this information?
I was supposed to study it and answer it.
So this is what she wanted you to say in court?
Yes, ma'am.
So for example, how did you know Donna Adelson? You were supposed to say everyone knew her, she's been on the news. I've seen and heard about this on TV shows and read it in the newspaper over the years.
Correct.
Do you read the newspaper?
No.
Okay. Did you know much about her or her case prior to coming in contact with her in the Leon County Jail?
No, ma'am.
And what were you supposed to do with this physical script?
I was supposed to copy it down and give it back to her.
Okay, copy it into your own handwriting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you provide this item to my office?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it copied and returned to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do with it once you returned with the original to Leon County Jail?
Return it to her.
It says that you approached Mrs. Adelson and told her you had information about Kay that you wanted to give her. Is that true?
No.
This says that Kay told you that she told Charlie on the night of the murder that some friends of hers went to Tallahassee and killed him. Did Kay ever tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She asked him to give her the $1/3 of $1 million that he was going to pay his sister so that she could relocate with her children to Miami. He went crazy on her. He said that that was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law not to kill him. Did Kay ever say any of that to you?
No, ma'am.
Wait, what?
That was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law not to kill him. Did Kay ever say any of that to you?
No, ma'am.
And then over here continues, but she convinced him that the murderers think a woman is paying for this. They don't know Charlie. She told him she wouldn't tell her friends who he is. She can keep him safe. So she was, according to this story, extorting money out of Charlie, but he didn't know it. He thought she was his friend, but really she was his enemy. Is that the deal?
Yes, I suppose that's what.
Donna's going to testify and say, what? That was the truth. I was just telling you to tell the truth.
Here, she laughed about how easy it was to extort, and extort is underlined. Did you underline that, or did Mrs. Adelson underline that?
I didn't underline it.
Okay. How easy it was to extort him for the money. He wouldn't have to take her out to a fancy dinner. She could buy plenty of fancy dinners with the $1/3 of $1 million. She said she fooled her baby daddy and she fooled Charlie. Sigfredo would do anything for her, and he did. All right, so, again, sorry to keep asking the same question, but did Kay say any of this to you?
No.
Okay. Charlie was scared and easy to extort. What a stupid fool. He believed her that she was keeping him safe from the killers. Ha ha, what a joke. Is that the type... Is that the type of language that Catherine McBonwa would use?
No.
Do you know her well enough to tell this jury that she wouldn't say something like, you know, what a stupid fool, ha ha, what a joke?
Yeah, she wouldn't talk like that.
Anything or promise you anything in exchange for reciting this script?
Well, I was in jail. I received packages and phone calls, and I was promised things as well.
What type of packages?
Packages are in jail just like a bunch of basically gas station food, but it's exciting when you're in jail.
Okay, and what about phone calls? What do you mean by that?
Just the phone calls are very expensive from jail, so she would let me use her phone to call my mother and other people.
Okay, and you said she promised you other things in the future. What other types of things?
$10,000, a grand piano.
What else?
She promised me cameras, but
None of that came to fruition?
no.
Okay. And what about pills? Did she mention anything to you about pills?
Yes, that if I needed pills, that I could call a doctor named, I think Obed. I think that's his name.
Okay.
Yes.
And that person would write you some prescriptions?
Yes, ma'am.
And why would you be in need of prescription medication?
I'm a recovering drug addict.
Did she tell you that if you were to be released that you could make these phone calls, including this phone call to Dr. Obed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she said grand piano. I don't know. Maybe Drina used to play the piano or something.
And how were you going to get these other items, like the $10,000?
The money would be through something called Zelle.
Okay. And who was going to send the money?
That's why that's why they wiretap Harvey, because they think Harvey is also helping out Donna as well. Oh man. So Harvey was wiretap for a little bit at the beginning of this year, or like end of last year. However, they didn't really come up with anything. They didn't really find any like solid stuff from the investigation. The accusation was Donna was witness tampering, and then she was also going after her son as well, Rob Adelson, the one that she was scared about the testimony.
Through Zelle.
Oh, Harvey.
That's her husband, Harvey Adelson?
Yes.
And how are you supposed to contact Harvey Adelson?
Through a phone app called Signal.
Okay. Had you ever heard of the phone app Signal before?
No, ma'am.
Okay. One moment, please.
Love it. Oh
No further
man.
questions at this time, Judge.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment.
Thank you for painting the camera over to Harvey. Harvey just let a little sigh. Zell via Harvey. Oh no. Signal. That's what they're all using now.
For the four.
All right, take a look at Harvey
No
again.
further questions at this time, Judge.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment.
For the four to cross, please approach.
So, those two testimonies look really bad for Donna. It's just really going downhill. We're tumbling so fast down the hill. I don't know how we're going to put on the brakes. So, Zalman's going to come and cross-examine, and he's going to be like, are you sure you weren't promised anything? Weren't you given something for this testimony?
In December of 2024, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you said that you had information about Donna Adelson, correct?
Correct.
And that you cooperated in the past and you wanted to do it again.
Correct.
And as a result of that, on December 18th, Detective Turner came and met with you.
Correct.
And you spoke with him about this matter.
Yes, sir.
And then on December 20th, you were taken up to the state attorney's office to meet with the state attorney's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, as a result of that conversation, on February 11th, you were released.
I don't know if that's how it works.
When you first met with law enforcement, or the state attorney's office on December 20th of 2024, towards the end of that conversation, you said to them, did I do a good job? Isn't that true?
Yes, it is.
So that would mean that this sentence, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years, day for day in prison, correct?
If I went to trial, yes, sir.
If you didn't have this plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
But you did have this plea agreement.
Yes.
And you were put on probation.
Yes, sir.
Now, it specifically says, if you violate probation, they can reimpose the prison releasee reoffender sentence. Is that correct?
Yes,
Unfortunately, you did violate that probation, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. And on June 18th of 2024, probation officer signed an affidavit of violation because you started using again, correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
And so in September of 2024, when you were rearrested for violating probation,
Yeah, this is 2024. Okay, that's where he's going. He's basically saying that you were looking at a long time, but you were released for some reason in January 2025. I wonder why.
and the new burglary charge. That point in time, you are facing 15 years mandatory day-for-day sentencing, unless you can reach an agreement with the state.
Correct.
And then you meet Donna Adelson.
Correct.
Your get out of jail free card.
I don't have an answer to that.
And you befriended her.
We became friends, yes.
And you would ask her.
Okay. Here's the thing. The angle that he's going to go for is, or he's going for right now, is that you're looking at 15 years. You met Donna. This is your meal ticket out. However, she can come up with all the lies that she wants about Donna Adelson. Donna still wrote in the notebook, in her handwriting. Unless the defense is going to try to get a handwriting specialist to try to say that this is not Dana's handwriting. Like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's lying. She still wrote in the notebook. the question, the Q&A thing, and then she copied it. Like, she wrote in the fucking notebook. It's in her handwriting.
Her questions about her case.
No, I didn't ask her questions about her case. She offered it to me and I would listen to her.
So she's not allowed to ask Donna about the questions, about her case, because at this point she was kind of working as an informant, and they specifically told her, hey, you are not allowed to just start fishing, and you're not allowed to work for us, essentially, and you can't start asking questions on your own. However, if she talks to you, I mean, you can't help it. You could just listen, just listen. But you can't be actively working on behalf of, law enforcement and then, fishing for answers. That was I think that was in pretrial stuff.
So it's your testimony here today that you did not ask her questions.
I can't remember. I may have asked her one or two. I mean, we were locked up for a long time, but I didn't go to her constantly and asking her questions, no.
Just a moment.
Because there are questions that you can ask that are natural questions. Like when you're having a conversation, right? Unless you're talking with fucking Charlie, it's usually a two-way conversation. You're conversing, sometimes you have natural questions that you're going to ask. However, if she was just going ham and asking questions on behalf of, working for law enforcement, that's something that she's not supposed to do. But I did see that there was a transcript that she had that she did say that she maybe did ask some questions. But my assumption is that it was because of the way the conversation was going. That's what I remember when I was reading the court doc. Yeah, if you were talking to Charlie, dude, Charlie would just fucking, you don't even ask any questions. He would just talk about everything.
Now, isn't it true that when you went to meet with law enforcement on December 20th of 2024, you made sure a couple days prior to this to sit down in a location in the pod and engage in a lengthy conversation with Donna Adelson, correct?
Oh, no, actually the pod, you can see, the whole pod is visible.
Isn't it true that you told them that you made sure that you sat where a camera could catch you while you sat with my client going over paperwork?
Yes.
Okay.
Her transcript, a lot of it was redacted, so we didn't get to see a lot of this in the pretrial stuff. Just little tiny portions of it.
You wanted them to make sure that they could get video of you with my client?
Yes.
Just a moment, Your Honor. During that time that you were sitting there, did you write anything down?
I may have colored or written something, but I honestly don't remember.
Did you take things out of the notebook that you'd already written and show them to her?
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while.
So you don't remember telling her what to write?
No, I didn't tell her what to write.
Oh, that's the explanation for Donna writing it in her handwriting. It wasn't Donna writing it and then telling her what to say and directing her. She's the one who was telling Donna what to do. She was telling Donna, hey, this is my question. This is my answer. Which one sounds more believable to you guys?
Your testimony here.
Why would she tell Donna to write it in a question and answer format? Wouldn't the other way around make more sense because Donna wants to make sure that she's got her lines memorized?
Today is that you never told her what to write.
Yes.
Okay. That's the one thing you are sure about here today.
Were you ever advised to say anything other than the truth here today?
No.
You have a lawyer that's representing you on your criminal cases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's working with the prosecutor on that case, not me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To try to get you some kind of deal, not 15 years maximum penalty, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and before your most recent release, you had a five-year plea offer at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as we sit here today, do you have a plea offer?
No.
Okay, so you're waiting to get a new plea offer.
Yes,
from
ma'am.
somebody, not me.
Correct.
Hoping that maybe it will be better than what it would otherwise be based on this information.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you had already provided that script to us before this most recent release and this most recent violation, and now you're going to have to deal with accountability for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that script, it was suggested oh, you told her what to write. Did you even know any of that story
No.
to tell her?
No, ma'am.
But Donna's going to say she did know because that is the truth, and that's what Katie told her.
No further questions.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by other?
All right, so Georgia says that you and your attorney are working with the state, with your plea stuff, but that's not me. I'm not the one that's working with you guys. And she's like, yeah, it's not you, it's someone else. And then the script was provided before her recent release and before the recent violation. So there you have it. There are two people that were incarcerated with Donna, and they were both saying that Donna would bribe and try to offer them things in exchange for something that Donna wants out of you. Our next witness is going to be witness number 25, Katie Butler. She is in forensics, and she's going to examine Donna's handwriting from that notebook.
in the uppercase W of the word Y, we see the overall structure of the uppercase W has a very small tick at the bottom near the baseline where it appears that there's a little bit of an upstroke and then a very small tick and then a downstroke. That kind of makes the bottom of the W.
What conclusion did you reach in reference to the question, did Donna Adelson write the script contained in State's Exhibit 62?
I identified the known writing purportedly written by Donna Adelson as to be the writer of the question handwriting.
And is that the highest level of conclusion that you reach in your reporting?
Identification is the highest level, yes, ma'am.
No questions? Okay, not surprised. All they could do is just attack the way she did the work and her credibility, I guess.
Contested that our client wrote that document, no questions.
Strike. Members of the jury.
Look at Donna's face, though. You think Donna's happy about that?
The comment is struck. Members of the jury.
So Zelman says, we've never contested that our client never wrote the document. And so they're striking that comment.
You are to consider what came from the witness stand as the evidence. You may step down.
Thank you.
But we're already getting a glimpse of what the defense is going to say about the notebook, especially when Donna decides to testify that, yes, it is in her handwriting. However, she was directed by Drina to write it. Our next witness is going to be back to witness number 17, Sergeant Christopher Corbett, and he's already testified. However, he's going to come back and go over all the text messages and then kind of just round everything up before the state will rest their case. But first, we are going to go back to the notebook with a Q&A where Donna wrote out what she wanted the inmate to testify about and how this ties into Charlie's previous testimony. Also, Donna does a Google about blackmail versus extort a week before Charlie's trial.
It says here in the highlighted section that Kay said she told Charlie on the night of the murder.
I'm going to check this. Testimony is cumulative to the other evidence that's already been admitted.
Overruled, the witness may provide context concerning the admitted evidence.
What does it say that Kay said?
She said she told Charlie on the night of the murder that some friends of hers went to Tallahassee and killed him.
Okay, and is that story, does that story...
So Zelman objects, saying it's cumulative evidence. Judge says, well, he could put it in context.
Story sound familiar?
It does, yes.
And are you familiar with Charlie Adelson's testimony in his trial in October of 2023?
I am, yes.
Okay. The next sentence, does the next sentence say, she asked him to give her the $350,000 he was going to pay so his sister could relocate with her children to Miami. He went crazy on her. He said that was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law, not to kill him. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so according to this story and to Charlie Adelson's story at his trial, no one hired these hitmen to kill Dan Markell, right?
That's correct.
They just did it in their own in hopes of getting paid.
Correct.
Is this the bottom part of the first page combined with the top part of the second page?
It is, yes.
Okay. Looking at the next sentence, does it say, he threatened me that he was going to go to the police. I told him if he went to the police, these murderers would kill him. And if they don't get you, they'll kill your mom and dad, exclamation point. You should have seen his face, exclamation point. He turned white, exclamation point. He was scared shitless, in quotations.
Yes.
Okay, looking down at the next paragraph, does it say that she convinced him that the murderers think that a woman is paying for this? They don't know Charlie, and she told him she would tell her friends, she wouldn't tell her friends who he is, she can keep him safe. Is that right?
Yes.
So according to this, the men who killed Dan Markell are not the ones giving him the information the night of this murder. It's Catherine McVanois. Is that right?
Correct.
And was that consistent with what Charlie Adelson said in his testimony? He said that McVanois came over alone the night of the murder and told him that he was being extorted by some people she knew.
That's correct.
Does it say he opened his safe and gave her stacks of money? I'm sorry, can you go back up?
Yes. It does, yes. He opened his safe and gave her stacks of money.
What does the rest of that paragraph say?
Then she told him he can pay her the rest in cash. She said he was giving her $3,000 every month. She laughed about how easy it was to extort him for the money. He wouldn't have to take her out for a fancy dinner. She could buy plenty of fancy dinners with $350,000.
Did he say that he paid Catherine McVanois $3,000 a month because he did not have $350,000?
That's correct.
Okay. Did he say he gave her, I think it was $138,000 that night or the next morning, and then the rest was $3,000 a month? And was that paid, he said, from $1,000 a month in her paycheck from Adelson Institute and $2,000 in cash?
Yes.
And in his testimony, did he say that McVanois assured him that none of the money would be going to her? She was giving it all to the extorters, including the money from her paycheck?
Yes.
And did he testify that he told his mother, Donna Adelson, about the extortion in September of 2014?
Yes.
Okay. And then at the bottom, haha is written out.
Haha.
It is, yes.
Looking at the word, the first time we see the word extort on this page, is that underlined for emphasis?
It appears to be yes.
Okay. When did Donna Adelson first learn of the meaning of the word extortion?
Well, we know that there was a search from the web history of that forensic examination, and I can move to that now, that was in October of 23. That is reference to extortion versus blackmail.
Okay, and what date was that search made?
Again, October 16th of 2023.
Was that about a week before Charlie Adelson's trial began?
It is, yes.
That she's looking up the difference between extortion and blackmail?
Correct.
And that would be even though, according to his testimony, he and his mother had been being extorted since 2014.
Correct.
This is so dumb. This is the best part of the Donna Adelson trial so far. Donna with the DJ headsets. Oh my god, AI is wild. Look at this AI thing. When Georgia tells everyone to put their headphones on to check the audio levels. Oh my goodness.
Now, right before this exchange, did Wendi Adelson send a prayer hands emoji?
Yes.
Okay, and then what was Donna Adelson's response to that?
That we shouldn't have to pray. He's telling the truth. Protected his little sister for years. Differs through this. And now what? Prayer hands.
Wow.
And then does she clarify that she meant suffers, not differs?
Yes.
Okay, so what date was this text sent on?
Again, November 6th of 2023.
So this would have been about 4 days after Charlie Adelson's testimony.
Correct.
But before a verdict was rendered in the case.
That's correct.
It says that he's telling the truth. Protected his little sister for years.
Yes.
Was that the only time that she said that Charlie Adelson's defense was the truth during that trial?
It is not.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to try to use this against her. Very, very smart. Even though we know that Charlie's testimony was not true, but they're going to use it against Donna.
She's sending these messages to different friends or family members saying, finally, the truth is out.
That is correct. All of these messages were sent in a relatively short time frame to various friends and associates.
Were there more messages than just this?
There were.
Okay. And so she's seeing if people are watching it being the truth. Is that right?
Yes.
It says Dan just proved extortion. Was Dan Rashbaum Charlie Adelson's attorney at trial?
He was, yes. She says that she's sorry this has been our life for so many years. It has been torture, but your lawyer didn't want you to know what happened. I think if you did, our relationship and your with Charlie would have been much different. I hope he knew what he was doing. Your testimony was crucial. Let's see what a jury does to him and to the rest of us. You know I'm next, but that won't happen. I'll take care of that.
Donna, why are you writing this? Why are you texting this? You know I'm next, but that won't happen. I'll take care of that. Donna, why are you writing this?
So she's saying she hasn't told Wendi about this extortion defense because Wendy's attorney.
Oh, it could be the extortion defense. Okay.
Didn't want her to.
Correct.
And it might affect their relationship.
Yes.
Now, to prove that Charlie didn't feel threatened by Catherine McBanois or that he thought she was extorting him, they're going to show text messages to the jury after Charlie was extorted for money and emptied out his safe to give to Katie, to give to the hitman, that Charlie and Katie had a very friendly relationship throughout for the past next couple months, years, and things were pretty good between the two of them, to the point where Charlie would say things like, oh, I love you, you know, just like jokingly, even though he was in a relationship with another person.
So he speaks of heading to the gym, asking her if she's taking her children to the beach.
Any mention of extortion, bad guys, money in these messages?
No.
Does it appear that there's any anger or fear in these messages?
It does not.
And here they have an exchange. Is this in February of 2015?
It is.
And here she says, I always know how to make you smile. And he says, yes, you do.
Correct. October 27th of 2015.
And she's maybe wishing him a happy birthday and thank you for helping me and I love you?
Yes. He says that the information he got, no, it's in the paper from yesterday, and I spoke to Marcus this morning. He said it's not official yet, but it's looking that way after he spoke to Garcia attorney.
Okay, and when was that message sent?
July 21st of 2016.
Okay, was David Marcus spelled with a K? Was that Charlie Adelson's attorney at the time?
Yes.
So according to this text, Charlie Adelson's attorney was talking to Garcia's attorney, and he's letting his mother, Donna Adelson, know that in this message?
Yes.
Who did Marcus run into when he met with Garcia's lawyer?
Katie.
Did Donna Adelson or Charlie Adelson express any anger here or four-letter words for Garcia, the man who shot Dan Markell and had been arrested for it 2 months earlier?
No.
Or for Katie, the mother of his children?
No.
He expressed no anger at Garcia or Katie, not even excited that they were arrested or even like surprised, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that he's involved. That's wild. Isn't that the guy that dated your ex-girlfriend? Do you think there's something weird that happened? Or even if he was extorted for money by saying that, I'm so glad that they were arrested. These guys extorted me and now they've gotten what they deserved. And it's not like Charlie came in and said that, like, hey, by the way, these guys extorted me, so I see that you guys have already arrested them. I want to testify in their trial so they can finally get the real people who killed Dan Markell. Like, I don't know, the whole extortion thing just doesn't add up at all.
Charlie Adelson says, did you see in the paper where the state star witness that rented the hotel room is a convicted cocaine dealer? Maybe those guys were just up in Tallahassee buying drugs and just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe the coke dealer did it because Danny did not pay him for his drugs, just like he stiffed everyone else he did business with. Wow. This whole thing is just crazy.
So at this point in August, you said Garcia and Rivera, they had been arrested for at least 2 months, right?
Yes.
And at this point, Charlie Adelson, according to Charlie Adelson, and according to him, he and his mother had been extorted for almost a year and a half as of a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be correct. Certainly, it's just the conclusion of that the guy admitted to selling them cocaine and hanging.
Oh, that's right. When the two hitmen went up there, they met up with a cocaine dealer. I guess they bought some coke or something like that. And I think the second trip, when they went back up there, when Garcia shot his gun into the gas line, they went to the coke dealer to try to like see if they can fix it, but then Garcia ended up fixing it himself. Anyways, that's who Charlie's talking about, the star witness that is testifying at these guys' trials. Okay.
This is on November 6, 2023. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Was a verdict delivered, meaning read out loud by the clerk or by the judge, sometime between 5 p.m. and...
Wow. This is why Wendy wanted to cease communications with Donna and wanted to have nothing to do with any of them. Donna's talking. Donna's trying to implicate Wendy a little bit here. And Wendy's like, Donna, shut the fuck up. You guys have already ruined this for me. Now you're making it worse. She writes, there's a verdict. Wendy writes, I love you very much. Call if you feel like you can. Yeah, stop writing things in text message. Donna writes back, your brother protected you for years. Now you are not guilty. Now you are not guilty. Your law lawyer took very good care of you. You can bury me in the dress that I bought for Lincoln's bar mitzvah. Lincoln's bar mitzvah was supposed to happen in January 2024. So 4 months after this text.
5:15 p.m. on that day, November 6th.
Yes.
Okay. When does Wendy send
bar mitzvah, right? Bar mitzvah, bar mitzvah, bar mitzvah, bar mitzvah. I don't know how it's pronounced.
her next message?
At 5:27 p.m.
So this would have been after the verdict was rendered?
Yes.
All right. And she says, I love you very much. Call if you feel like you can. Is that right?
Yes.
And how does Donna Adelson respond? Can you read that message?
Your brother protected you for years. Now you are not guilty. Your lawyer took very good care of you. You can bury me in the dress that I bought for Lincoln's bar mitzvah.
And was that sent at 5:31 p.m. on November 6th?
It was, yes.
So about 15 to 20 minutes after the verdict?
Yes.
Donna says, now you are not guilty. Now?
After the verdict, was there evidence found in Donna Adelson's phone that Donna Adelson and Harvey Adelson began to plan to flee the country?
Yes.
All right.
It's argumentative.
More evidence of consciousness of guilt. Donna's trying to leave because she knows that she's going to be next. That was written in her text message. But she tells Wendy, I'm next, but they're not going to get me. Or I forgot what she uses explicitly. But now she's trying to quickly get a visa to Vietnam, and she's trying to work expeditiously. Okay, she's scrambling.
Okay, so is that within 24 hours of the verdict?
Yes.
Can you go back to the last one?
I filled everything out on the online application. I filled out the visa option. I wanted the fastest I can get it, put in the applicant details with our photos approval. It's for Donna Adelson and Harvey Adelson. Yes, that is the site we applied for online. I just do not see how to pay for this. Yes, she indicates I would like the 90-day visa and clarifies 90-day multi-entrance.
Okay, what happens when she finds out there isn't enough time to get a 90-day visa because it's an emergency fast track one?
So her reply is, if we get a 30-day visa, can I extend it while I am in Vietnam?
Okay, but then the chat says we can't.
She wrote, I want the fastest possible
arrange for the 90-day.
Yes.
Sure as well. Okay, thank you. Now, at some point in this chat, is it getting close to her flight date and she has not yet received her visas? Okay, now we're 5 days later, and does she say in capital letters, now it is almost 10 a.m. on Sunday. We take our flight tomorrow at 8 p.m. That is 30 hours. She's afraid that she's not going to get it in time. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, what happens next?
So the response is that we will send e-visa to you within 21 hours from now. It's fine for your flight. Please don't worry.
So they believe that Donna had no intention on coming back. She's like canceling things. She's trying to sell off things.
We've heard about Donna Adelson's planner. Was there some entries in the planner for the week after Charlie Adelson's trial that indicated they weren't planning to come home anytime soon? What's the first entry here?
So the first entry we see is sell and list jewelry, dishes, implants, comics.
Okay, and what date was that?
I'd have to go back to the top to see the date.
Sorry, I was thinking of kitty implants, like booby implants. It's probably like ear implants or something like that. The hearing aids. Is that considered an implant?
Date of that, which we actually don't have on the top of that.
Okay, I think we do have it in evidence. So, what number is that?
What kind of implants?
Okay, so the first entry you're
Katie's
pointing
on my
out here,
mind.
though, I'm sorry if you could go back to the highlight.
Oops.
Katie's like, stop thinking about my titties.
And so that was to sell jewelry, dishes, implants, and comics?
Yes.
All right. Did they have a note about packing for Vietnam?
Oh, maybe
Was
dental
there also
implants?
notes at the bottom about canceling disability insurance?
Yes.
Two, in fact.
Wow.
Yes.
Was there a note for, I'm looking in the middle of the screen here, for Wendy to tell Dan regarding Vietnam, and he must tell Charlie on his private line. Is that right?
Yes.
Would Charlie Adelson have been in custody at that time?
Yes.
And if the Adelsons...
She wrote all this down and didn't burn? She didn't burn this book when she left?
If the Adelsons were to call Charlie Adelson and tell him they're going to Vietnam, would that call be recorded and available to law enforcement?
Yes.
If Dan, Charlie's attorney, calls Charlie to tell him that information, would that call be private and law enforcement cannot listen to that?
That's correct.
And you know, Donna she's on the older side, so she's not good with technology and stuff like that. Maybe she doesn't realize that she shouldn't be Googling stuff because it gets... Law enforcement ever get a hold of your phone, your computer, they're going to be able to find out what it was that you were Googling. This is what Donna Googles. And yes, it looks really bad. I feel like I've said that throughout so many times in this video.
Google list of United States extradition treaties.
It would have been on November 7th.
Okay, so the day
Oh, here we go. Y'all wanted the Google searches.
after Charlie Adelson's verdict,
Correct.
and the same day that she got she first started the chat for the emergency fast track visa.
Yes.
Damn. All right, cross-examination, I think with Mr. Zellman again.
In my client's planner, there was some notations to sell jewelry, dishes, implants, and comics.
Yes.
My client, at the time, was 72 or 73. Did you believe she had a comic collection?
I'm not sure that she did.
Maybe.
And what about implants?
Maybe
Well,
she
other
has
than the
boob
fact that
implants.
Harvey Adelson was a dentist.
That's the bedroom closet where that implant motor was, correct?
I'm not aware of this being a bedroom. It does appear to be a closet.
Is he going to say that they were selling Harvey's stuff? But both Harvey and Donna were leaving for Vietnam, so it would make sense to sell everyone's shit, right?
Another picture then. That picture indicates that there are dishes in that closet, correct?
There are dishes in the closet, yes.
Keep those for me, please. you agree it'd be unusual for dishes to be in a bedroom closet?
Possibly, yes. I'll have to clarify my last answer too. There are dishes in my spare bedroom closet, so
I did not know that to ask that of you, but
I just want to be honest.
I will have this printed, Your Honor, this next picture, but it's identified as RTC underscore. Are you aware of the fact that my clients sold their home in Coral Springs and moved into a condo?
I am aware of that occurring at some point, yes.
And so merely because my client is selling some kitchen items or some jewelry, does that indicate that they are fleeing the country?
Could be.
By itself, no.
Law enforcement so far have been pretty likable.
Would it be unusual for them to stop Amazon deliveries?
It would not.
Now, merely stopping Amazon deliveries, that does not indicate that they are not coming back, does it?
Not by itself.
Do you know what it means for a tourist visa to be multi-entrance?
I do not specifically.
Is Zelman going to bring Donna's travel history and say that, look, she typically travels to the Southeast for 90 days. This is what she did in 2014. This is what she did in 2017, 2018. I don't know. Maybe that could be a strategy if Donna does indeed travel for long periods of time to other countries.
Would you agree that a fair definition of that would mean that the person who holds the visa can enter the country, leave the country, and return to the country?
Yes.
But she could also be leaving Vietnam to go to Thailand and then come back to Vietnam and then go to a different country and go back and forth, right? It's not necessarily her leaving Vietnam and coming back to the U.S. and then going back to Vietnam and back and forth.
Weinstein says, I think it's going to be a speedy trial. Weinstein said. Who is Weinstein?
Attorney.
One of Charlie's attorneys?
Yes.
Thank you.
Was this from the Sun Sentinel?
It was.
Which is a big paper in Miami.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And in this paper, was this article published on July 16th of 2016?
Yes.
So not the day before, but I think it would be 5 days before.
That's correct.
Okay. And, but we don't know necessarily looking at those texts, was it published or did Charlie see it in the paper the day before? Is that right? Charlie says, though, it was good news in the paper yesterday.
He does, yes.
Okay. And in this article from the Sun Sentinel, does it talk about the murder of Dan Markel and that Garcia and Rivera have been arrested?
Yes.
Okay. And what you've got highlighted in red here, does Weinstein, who was Weinstein an Adelson family friend at that point? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay. Weinstein says, I think it's going to be a speedy trial. I don't think there's going to be any more arrests. After it talks about the arrests of Garcia and Rivera. Is that right?
It does, yes.
Okay. So if Charlie Adelson and Donna Adelson are referencing this paper, then they would be saying that it's good news that there's not going to be any more arrests. Is that right?
Yes.
And is that the reason that it was of interest to us?
It was, yes.
Okay. But ultimately, it isn't the day before, right?
It is not.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Your wife says those are the holiday dishes.
They are.
I'm curious about these plates, but I have things to do.
Might have to have a better story.
They're in very nice protective cases.
Judge, with that, the state rests.
Very well.
All right, the state has rested their case. Next Tuesday, when they come back after the holiday, the defense will start. And they did mention that their first witness is someone from the West Coast. So I guess witness number one is not going to be Donna. We'll see how things go. But guys, that is it for today. If you guys haven't watched any of the recap videos, we did recaps on all the other days. So definitely check it out. The wiretap ones, initially I think people were sitting there for a long time thinking it was really boring, but the wiretap stuff was good, guys. There is some really good stuff in there, and it's just so funny to see everyone scrambling around. Now, today was a really rough day for Donna. Not only did she have the Google searches, she had the incriminating stuff with the stuff she was pulling while she was being incarcerated, having 2 inmates testify against her, the text messages she was writing to Wendy, and wow, Donna is a terrible, terrible, terrible criminal. It's not easy to crime, is it, Donna? At this point, I'd have to believe that the jury believes the case against Donna is just very compelling. That even though there was no direct evidence of Donna committing the crime, she's on surveillance footage, actually talking to Charlie about hiring a hitman, or her admitting that she wants Dan Markel dead. Even though there's no direct evidence like that, you are still allowed to convict someone based on circumstantial evidence. And the evidence here is very, very strong against her. Donna's planning on testifying. And like I said, do not have your guard down, because Donna, she's pretty good. She's pretty good at acting. We've seen her in pre-trial when she was crying on the stand. We've seen Donna crying to her friends saying it's not fair, you know, Charlie was like wrongly convicted. We've seen how Donna act, and I think she might be able to try to convince the jury that she really didn't know. But like I said, you know, I think the hard evidence is just really against her, but I'm still going to have my eyes open for the defense, because you never know how the defense is going to turn things around. Although I'm not quite confident, because cross-examination has been quite disappointing in my opinion. There's been points where they've like, you know, turned some stuff around here and there, but like I said, there's no like big crazy moments with them. But I'm going to give them a chance. You know, they have a 3-day weekend. Maybe they'll come back with a huge banger, and maybe we'll change our mind about something. So hopefully the jury will keep an open mind for that. But this is something that they are going to be marinating on a 3-day holiday. But I do hope they rest, and I will see you guys next week. Join us for the live streams. We are covering this trial live. Feel free to stop by, say hello, let me know what your thoughts are. And other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching the recaps. I hope they've helped you. I know that the trial dates can be really long for you guys. So I'm trying to do my best to do the recaps for you guys. It's a lot, but I hope you guys are enjoying them. All right. Have a good one. See ya.